Want me showing the daddy factor hat off.
Well, they don't want something because they're just taking their time right now.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. They don't want to die. That's what it is.
I think we're live.
It said we was.
Yep. Okay. So we'll start. We'll just assume all is well.
Yep, all good.
Okay. So today is January 10th. We had talked 2 days ago, and a lot of great information was revealed during that conversation. And of course, I want to focus a little bit on that. But do you have any updates for us since last Monday?
The good news is that there's a tumbling going down within all of the agencies because the good guys are finally weeding out their own, and they are hunting the dark ones down in all the agencies everywhere. So the purge is definitely happening, and it's happening now. So expect that to be revealed. As far as the Galactics, Angelics, and all of our crew, we are going to make ourselves more and more known to everyone, everywhere. Everybody's going to find out that all of the different religious groups out there are nothing but a distraction from the real creator, our Father. So all that's coming out, and it's going to come out because all of the different groups have been compromised, no matter how you look at it. And you can tell by the words that certain people use. Okay, so that's happening. Let's see. As far as the disclosure, the disclosure is coming out everywhere. People are seeing it. It's trickling down. It's happening slow. But we're going to speed it up, and that's what these videos are about, because lots of people are watching these videos, and mainly the guys that don't want to make direct contact, and they get their orders from what these videos and what I post, because everybody's paying attention. So that's happening. Full disclosure is definitely happening, and honorable disclosure is definitely happening. The wealth transfer is also happening on multiple levels. There's a handful of individuals that have a few more choices, and their back wall is either, I think, Thursday morning or Friday afternoon. So we'll see what happens there. There has to be some sort of an announcement, some sort of a big event where it it all is revealed, and then people start to start to receive funding, monies, stuff like that. So there's multiple things happening on multiple fronts. However, we're just going to keep doing these videos until everything's completed. So let's go.
Okay. So I think it might have been yesterday you let out Angelic Team, I think 27 through 30.
Yep.
All right. What were their missions? Like, what are their missions?
Their missions is to encourage the ones that were previously released, help them out, and then take control of each group, and especially um, help out in Palestine and Congo and all the different places that are experiencing genocides, if you would.
Right. Okay.
So it's hard to watch and all that, but when you understand what we really are and what we're capable of, and how we are nothing but energy, and these bodies come and go, it's going to be a lot easier for people to um, see what's really happening and allow the process, because our consciousness can be shifted and changed or transferred into anybody. So,
okay. So in other words, like an angelic being can walk into, we'll say, a bad guy and then help change what that bad guy does.
Yeah, that's called walk-ins.
Right.
So we've been doing that for the longest, and it's becoming more and more evident that we are doing it.
Right.
So,
And
and
usually an angelic walk-in is not permanent, or are they?
no, they're not. They're not permanent. Um, they'll be there for the task, and then after the task is done, they can, they'll move on.
Right.
And people have to understand that just because they're angelic doesn't mean they have to do things by, the book or their book or people's books or these books here. For instance, we can walk into a dark individual and have him jump in the streets into moving traffic, and that would be a part of the mission. That would be eliminating a certain individual.
Right.
So not only the bad guys can do shit like that, we can do it too.
Right. Right. And that's why you said something a few times ago about you could go in, have them sign the documents, and then change their memories about why they signed it and make them happy about it. And I thought, wow, what an ingenious plan. You give them enough chances, then we get the job done fast,
That's exactly what's happening. And
Mhm.
and we literally just did that again. We're constantly doing stuff like that because we're giving certain individuals chances, and when they don't do what daddy wants them to do, we eliminate them, we move back in time, sign documents, moving it forward, and then people are benefiting from it without realizing that it was done.
Right. I kind of feel like this going back in time to redo something is used a lot more than we even are aware of. And I guess like what I'm saying is like we'll be in a battle or something, something will happen. And then, we go about our lives not realizing there's been a time blip.
That's true.
Yeah, it
That's
happens a
true.
lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the good guys and the cabal have been using these type of things. However, they've been using it with devices that they created.
Right.
Time traveling machines, looking glass machines,
Yeah.
even time traveling spacecrafts and stuff like that. However, since we are working for dad and dad can do anything he wants, we do it naturally.
Right. Without technology. So that's the
Without
big,
technology, right?
yeah. A lot of times we've talked, I said, well, what's the difference? It's really that the other side uses technology and, fear and negative energy, if you will, where we're using love and no technology, daddy's love.
That's right. We're natural. We are natural. This is what they didn't want everybody to know.
Right.
And this is why all of the different religious groups are convoluted. Everything is ass backwards. So even if you're arguing with say me about a subject that you've clearly been lied to, but you wholeheartedly think is the truth, it's not, and I'm going to win every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's sad, but the truth has to be revealed and it has to be shown. It can't be told no more because
Right.
what I'm gonna keep talking and talking and talking and not get nowhere. No, I'm gonna do things and I'm gonna tell y'all that I'm gonna do it, and then you're gonna see it happen.
Right. Right.
So that's literally where we're at. That's what all these videos have been showing showing to everybody, right or wrong.
Right. Right.
So I mean, we are talking about certain things, but these are the things that I've already taken care of, and now they're manifesting.
Okay. So
That's
the angelic team is really going to encourage the other angelics and to assist with areas of war and genocide.
Yep, that's right. That's right. We just had to clean up an incident where a galactic force had a meeting with the dark forces, and that's a no-no. So what we had to do is I had to evaporate the leaders of both, both sets in front of everybody so that they can all see no deals, no none of that. These specific group, the ship and everything got demoted, and my crystalline crew took over. So, but that also was allowed to happen because Dad wanted the crystalline crew that are under his command, under our command to take over.
Right. Right.
So that's where we're at with that. And there's no more of that type of stuff happening. So we're giving them chances on multiple levels, not just Earth. It's the daddy factor.
Yeah. It's like when you watch a movie and you're like, don't do that, and they do it anyway. Like, we have a broader view, and they always think they're going to win, that they're stronger or whatever, and they're still not observing what you're doing, or they're still not believing it, maybe.
Well, that's the thing. They're not believing that the things that I say or I claim are possible.
Right.
And that's what the in-house fighting is about now, because there's enough of them that witness and realize that what I'm saying is true. And that's the that's the result of it. They're taking out the trash in all of these different groups. I mean, they've been doing it for years now, right? Only to get compromised again. And now it's like, now y'all paying attention, y'all listening, y'all seeing how we're putting targets on everybody, and they're going after them. So since the last conversation we had till right now, it's like constantly like this, rumbling.
Yeah.
Until it's all cleaned. That's what's happening right now.
The other day when we talked, and I've told this to several people that I've talked to since then, I felt like crystal clear that I understood exactly what you were telling us. And it felt like all of the questions, I had like 3 pages of questions, were all old and irrelevant. Like, I already knew the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And now I know that's not really true, but it just felt like I telepathically or whatever understood what you meant. And
well, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no.
It is true, and it's validating.
Yeah.
That's the key. It's validating. That always validates. No matter what I say, no matter how crazy it is, no matter who believes it, that always validates what I say, because where's the information coming from?
Right. Right. But I also have to say, it gave me, I guess confidence would be a good word, like a knowing it's going to be okay. I mean, you tell us, like, don't worry all the time. Well, I'm still stewing and worried about stuff and blah, 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 blah. How is it going to work? What is it going to be? It gave me a feeling of like more peace, like it's going to happen. I'm good with it. However it happens, I'm good. So I think other people felt the same way. So thank you for doing that.
That's true. That's true. Daddy wants everybody to realize he's here. His hand is in everything. He wants me to be able to comfort you the way that I'm doing, comfort everybody. And the only way to do that is to show how real Daddy is, and speak the truth, and then watch it all validate. And that's important, because a lot of people have been losing faith. A lot of people are upset and angry, but that's not coming from Dad. A lot of people are also in fear mode.
Right.
That's not that. That is not of Daddy. He does not, he doesn't want you to be confused. He doesn't want you to fear. He doesn't want us to worry. He got us, like he literally got us. I'll give you an example. There was a big, it wasn't that big, but there was a lot of stuff being trees and stuff, winds and all that type of stuff. And the dog was going crazy. My son couldn't sleep because the window's banging, and I'm knocked out. I was knocked out. I didn't care about nothing. Just like when in the boat, wake up, there's a storm. Go away.
Okay.
Because I don't worry about nothing. I know Dad got me, and I know that we have missions. All of us have missions. So he's not going to let us get all messed up or die and shit, because we got missions to take care of, and we know it. So knowing those type of things and realizing how real Dad is, just the simple little things that he does to show us that he's with us, I mean, that should be enough for a lot of people. However, it's not. Some people just they want more and more and more, and they want to be, they want to be me, and they want to do this and they want to do that. Just be grateful that he's in your lives and he's taking care of everything. We don't have to worry about nothing, and allow the process, watch things validate. You're all going to get to where he wants you to be, and just trust.
Right. Okay. I wanted to ask about the reset. Like we're going to say again, we're on level. I know I'm going to drive you crazy with this, but it gave me great understanding. We're here now, level 1, we'll call it. We went to 12. We missed something, so we had to come back to level 1 and fix it. And you said Daddy's hit the reset button. So I said, how many times, or have we done it before? And you said yes. So my next question is about how many times have we done this?
Well, that's another reason why me and Dad are so close to where we are, because I'm only 500 plus billion years old. So imagine how many times we did this.
A lot.
A lot.
And you're calling this the last cycle. So what are we doing differently? Like, what did we mess up the first jillion times?
But we forgot to clear the board. We forgot to do all of the missions, and all of the bonus missions, and all of the free the missions, and all of the all of the different things that Dad wanted us to do, because we were too busy doing our own thing because of the free will he gave everyone.
Gotcha.
So because of everybody's free will, they didn't complete the board the way it's supposed to be completed.
All right. So wouldn't you think by maybe the 3rd or 4th round we would have known that? Like, I mean, are you allowed to keep your memories, or I know no. So I know you've had things come to you like some of us have, but at a faster pace.
Right.
So basically the game is that we're all blanked out and we have to do it again until we do it right.
That's right. That's literally what it is. And not only in this body, which is why there were so many cycles. Same players, different timelines. So that's the reason why this is the last cycle, because we all are finally here at the same time, all of the different leaders throughout the centuries, and we're going to complete the board with what do you saw with precision. And the reason for it is because Daddy's here. He's always been here, but what I mean by that is that he's here and he's guiding specific people to get it done the way he wants it done. So, I'm not the only one that talks to Daddy, or should I say, I'm not the only one that Daddy's moving and ordering to do things. Other people are too. However, I'm taking it more serious than everybody else. And, my job is to make sure everybody else takes it serious too. And if they don't, they experience discomfort, they experience heat, they experience things that they would have not experienced if they would have did their source directives.
Okay.
So that's where we're at right now. And the reason why a lot of these dark players are being eliminated and taken off the board and sent, elsewhere, is because they've run out of chances throughout the millennia, and it all stops here.
Okay. The last cycle. All right.
Last cycle.
So when you come back every time, you are in a different body. Do you have a different birth family and birth location?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
This last one was within the same bloodline, right? But in Puerto Rico. So that's why my bloodline extends beyond, King David and even off world.
Okay. So basically you're always in disguise because you come back looking different area. Now, when we're at level 12 and the reset button is pushed, okay? Does that affect other galaxies? The whole board is frozen. So, in other words, extraterrestrials out there aren't watching and like going back to look here. Everyone is like reset. Everyone.
Yeah, everybody's watching. Everything is being changed, and this is another reason why I say we don't stop here. About 5 or 6 years ago, there was an individual that was teaching everybody how to do stargates, and he had told me that they had told him, they gave him a message for me to slow down because they are messing things up out there. And I said, good. Which also revealed that he wasn't of the light, because
Right.
that was my job,
Right.
to make sure, everything is, taken care of.
Okay. So everybody there is on pause. We all come back here, different bodies, different families. I'm assuming the Jedis would have different everything as well.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't. I wouldn't say on pause, because things are constantly happening out there, and the time frames are different. So everybody's still doing what they do. However, Earth is on its own timeline and reality, into it's all cleaned up, and then we be reconnected. And that's what the real reset it was about is about. The cabal had their own reset, and they've been doing it too. They're the ones that um, turned people into salt pillars and Sodom and Gomorrah and shit like that. That Daddy don't do stuff like that. He don't do stuff like that.
all right.
He don't flood an entire planet to wipe out a bunch of people when he could have just evaporated them. That ain't Daddy.
Right. Well,
So
I want to clarify this. Like, all right, we reset is hit. So life on level 12, if you will, of Earth is still operational. Is that true?
yeah, that is true.
All right.
That's where the pause is at.
Okay. Just Earth.
Just Earth, yeah, just Earth.
Okay. So
So in other words, yeah, in other words, we're still there. We're still doing things, but it's like paused, because we literally stop time, go back, clean everything up, and then when we resume, we get to move forward into where we need to be, and that's Star Trek, Star Wars, intergalactic travel, all that type of stuff.
Okay. So it becomes more and more apparent how important this is to do correctly.
Yeah, and the only way to do it peacefully and successfully is for everybody to start loving each other, start taking care of each other, and let the big boys do what big boys do.
All right. All right.
Because not everybody is supposed to be on the battlefield. Um, there's different battlefields, but not everybody's supposed to be on the battlefield the way we are. And this is why I keep reminding the Jedis to stop trying to be me, stop trying to do what you don't know how to do. Focus on healing, and then reinforce what I'm commanding. That's it. All that extra shit, you're gonna get yourself hurt. This is not a game. If you go out the boundaries that Dad set for you, these reptilian fools will eat you up like you was a piece of meat, and that's literally what you are to them.
Right. Right.
So that's why I keep warning everybody about that, because y'all can literally get killed out there. And
Okay.
yeah, and I'm at the point where I warned them, Daddy.
Right. Okay. Okay. Um, So that's why when we have memories, like we talked about this the other day, they're not always from this lifetime or whatever. Like I've had some extremely vivid visions of, and I knew it was me, but at the end of the vision, like I saw myself in the mirror and it wasn't me, and none of the people were familiar to me. But yet I knew them all, which makes no sense, you know?
Yeah,
So yeah.
that happens a lot. That even happens when I look at future events too. Some of the people that I thought would be with me at these certain locations and events aren't. And that tells me that they either elsewhere taking care of other things, or they did some stupid shit and now they're not around.
Right. Right. Okay.
So
All right. Um, so how, when we came back, we went back in a time like 20, 30, 40,000 years ago. I don't know the number. Doesn't really matter. And so all the books and things that were written have been from this timeline. Even though they may be corrupted, they're from this lifetime. Is that true?
you mean the Earth timeline?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And what about artifacts that we dig up? Like, I've seen video of cities, underground cities. They're unearthing them all the time. I saw a plane that was under the earth that they're excavating. And like in China, they've got this Terracotta Army, life-size statues that are like stuff like that. Is that from this Earth timeline as well, or is that from other previous timelines?
Well, it's from Earth's timeline, which is other previous timelines, and we're on a like timeline, and within that timeline, there's different events, and then there's mind wiping, and then there's cover ups, and then there's this, and then there's that. So we're
Yeah.
on that same timeline. It's just everything is being revealed, and a lot of these artifacts were put in place to confuse people. That's why you see old watches under millions of years of dirt.
Right.
So the earth has been, we've been, the people, certain people, been using time traveling and all that stuff to go back in time within the same timeline, and then things happen where an event would take place where they got messed up, they got caught in a tornado, or they got caught in a landslide, and next thing you know, they can't go back to where they were at in the future because they did all this shit. Now they're stuck. So all of that is why you see certain things underground. And there's even talks about, that those statues literally being a frozen army because of a higher power came along and just disintegrated everybody or froze everybody and used some what do you call it, radiation, turned them into salt pillars. So there's everything can be explained if you know exactly how energy works and what energy weapons are, what time traveling is, and how you can go back into the future and into the past and all that stuff. Anything is possible. Anything. So all of that stuff will be revealed. Right now, we got to clean up. We got to clean up, clean up.
Right. I'm highly interested in it. And I know it's really not pertinent. Like it really, what's pertinent is from here forward, what we do from this
Right.
point forward. But it's interesting. Like it helps me to understand, and I'm assuming other people as well. So
Yep, yep,
okay.
yep. Well,
So
that's why they created certain religious groups too, because of the same type of scenario. There was a report somewhere. I think it was in the islands, maybe Diego Garcia area or something like that. And the natives during the war, the natives saw these planes coming in, and the planes were dropping off food because they were landing on the islands. And these natives saw that, and then they started building planes out of wood, and then praying to them to come back and give them more of the food that they gave them. So they started worshiping them. and they were nothing but military personnel. So that's type of shit has been happening over and over and over and over again. Then you got these different religious groups because of this type of shit.
Right.
And it's just this is another reason why I say I didn't come here to start a religion. I came here to show people how to operate, show people how to manifest, show people how to stay connected to dad. So but we're getting there. That's where we're going. All of this stuff has to be cleaned up, and then we can re-educate everybody on what really been happening, because he's releasing the technology to be able to stop at a specific point in time. And then since we've already got all the information of what happened at these specific points in times and locations, we'll know. Right now, we still have to clean up the cabal. We still got to clean up these underground tunnels. We still got to reveal the reptilian factor in it all, because a lot of them are the ones that were, doing these things,
right,
because of the technology that they've been using for thousands of years. This is why you have Lemuria, Atlantis, all of these ruins, all this shit. They've been doing it since then. Right now, we're putting an end to all of their sorcery everywhere, from the banking to technology to the money system to everything. We don't need money. We got daddy. This is why we are constantly taking their money, and there's evidence that they don't have it no more. They can't do certain shit because we took their money, we're taking their computer systems. You're not going to be able to use these fiat currencies and these digital assets and all this shit. We're literally mopping the floor with them everywhere.
Awesome.
So that's what's more important right now. That's really what's important right now. The last thing I heard that the Hague had to do some other stuff, and certain people there are on the fence about releasing money to the people and all this other shit. Like, what? Okay, cool. Because I like the sound of that shit. Because then I get to do what I was made to do.
Right.
Eliminate you, move back in time, fix everything, and then get it done.
Right.
So we got a lot to look forward to. We got a lot of beings that are ready to uncloak and ready to reveal themselves. We're ready to come out the closet. We're ready to get the chambers and get these parties started and have these cool events and release technologies left and right. Create, put together royal productions and entertainment and all that stuff. That's what we are getting ready to do. That's what we're doing right now.
Awesome. So basically, they're still dragging their feet on the wealth transfer. And by them saying a hard no, though, that allows you to go and do your thing. Like they're revealing themselves yet again. Yeah.
That's right. And you're seeing evidence of it, like the debt clock.
Yeah.
You saw the recent image that they had up was the Congress building, I believe, and then the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
And then it said it had that little going into the temple, blah blah blah. So
whoever's doing that is so clever. It's very interesting,
Yeah, but they're not so clever because they still have the fish god symbol on top of the fucking, on top of their and that's the same symbol the Vatican has, that fish, that fucking fish thingy.
Yep.
So, they all of these different groups, they worship different entities, and sometimes more than one within the same group. That's why you got Satan, Baphomet, Lucifer, the devil, all these stupid motherfuckers.
Are those all separate entities, or like in my head, they're all one, but are they separate entities?
They are all separate entities, yes.
Okay. And have they been contained?
Yes. And that's another thing, that these individuals are still carry on with their order, if you would, and their leaders are gone. So.
All right. So last couple of days, we saw the synagogue in New York City with the tunnel underneath it. Quite interesting to see that. And like I like the fact that there were guys down there while somebody's videoing them. They're coming out of the tunnels, they're coming out of the sidewalk. Is that like the first step to exposing the tunnels in New York?
Yes, it's going to happen more and more and more, and then the reptilian factor of it is also happening, just like I've been saying.
Okay.
And y'all seen me post the image yesterday where they had beds that were stained and baby high chairs in these tunnels. Like what, who, what, huh? And that, and you know, the crazy part is that these are the same guys that are within the pro-Palestinian um um what do you call it, protest,
Oh,
acting like they're with them, and and yet they're coming out of these underground tunnels and shit.
wow.
So
I
so you see they're doing the same thing. They're faking the funk until they're all exposed, and they have to be exposed because they are literally the synagogue of Satan.
wow.
Mind you, wasn't that discovered under a synagogue?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And these people are everything. They are everything that Daddy and I are not. They disguise themselves as Jews. They rape and pillage and murder. They control the money, the movies. They do it all. That's who they are. So
Wow.
they're
It
all
it
yeah.
it was really upsetting to see that, and I assume the police, you know, again, we know that there's so much corruption everywhere, but I'm assuming that they have been arrested and something will come from that. But at
Well,
least,
yeah. And daddy's having, we're holding everybody's feet to the flames this time around.
good.
So, everybody was supposed to get all the Epstein files, and why haven't they all been released? Because the same people are trying to fight it tooth and nail. And then, you got these Q guys, these Q team guys who don't want to be revealed, and all they're doing is kicking the can down the road too. So it's like you got one more day on the Q clock. What bullshit you gonna say now?
That doesn't even make sense, that thing. You know what I mean? Like,
It
yeah,
don't. It
yeah.
don't. It don't
But
make no sense whatsoever. The only thing I see is a fucking Q with some black and white checkers, just like the Illuminati satanic shit, the Mason shit all over their images and shit. Not to mention they call themselves, frogs or whatever the fuck, rabbits. I mean, not rabbits. They look reptilian to me too.
mhm. So are these rabbis that were exposed, are they reptilian then?
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
Okay.
They're
Wow.
all they're all a part of the same fucking groups. Same groups. Same exact groups. That's why I'm excited to hear more from John F. Kennedy Jr.
Right. Right.
because everybody's talking about trust the plan, and he don't even trust what he's been told. Meanwhile, the man's family's almost all gone. His inheritance is almost all gone, or should I say gone, and he's not trusting them no more. Now,
Right.
I want to know which group is this.
Wow. Yeah.
Which group you talking about? That's
Yeah.
going to be fun. That's going to be fun too.
Yeah. Like, I know if I would say something about that, everyone's like, they jump on me like, oh, he died on the plane crash, you know. Everyone is so quick to jump and just bring out the propaganda, if you will.
Yeah.
It would
So
be.
you're right. So the problem with that is that no matter how old a photograph is, no matter how old a video is, there's only one signature, one energy signature. Okay. So
Mhm.
his childhood energy signature from when he was with his dad in the photos to his videos that he's doing right now are 100% match. 100%. Matter of fact, 101% for those of you that had a little bit of doubt. So,
Excellent.
so, so
Yeah.
just like me, you could deny me if you want to, but the truth is going to come out. You can deny him, you can deny everybody else who's telling the truth. It's going to come out. Nothing you can do about it. Get on the right side of history right now.
Right. Right.
So I'm more excited for all the ships to uncloak.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know we've talked about this only a jillion times. When disclosure happens, we've talked about having the EBS. They've talked about having the days of darkness. I don't think the days of darkness are real. I'm hoping that the emergency broadcast system does go off, but that may or may not happen. Is that correct?
That's what we're looking forward to because that's the EBS.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking forward to, whether it's them or us, because that's where everybody will literally stop and pay attention.
Right.
As far as the 10 days of darkness or the darkness crap, we just had that already.
Right, right.
And the the cool thing about our involvement or my involvement in Daddy's, ours, is that all of their plans never happened. All of them. And they admitted it themselves that they have to, regroup after every certain soul events because even their looking glass and their future well, they're known as looking glass, but all of their devices, what they showed them never came, never happened. There's a reason for that too, because it wasn't supposed to happen. They were shown that it would, but it never happened. Why is that? Because when you came to that point in time where it was supposed to happen, we changed it. Because we also saw and knew what would have happened. And what would have happened is these guys would have been in power, and then we would have had the same cycle over and over again.
Right.
Which is why now, if they use their looking glass device, it's going to show them everything that Daddy wants them to see, and it's going to show them that they are to relinquish everything to me.
Right. I'm seeing the graphic, that graphic you put out of this black and white picture of your face and the alien ship, So when they look in the looking glass, that's what they're going to see. Like, hi, guys. Hand it over. It's going to be great.
Daddy said, expect surprises. So I'm like, this was just yesterday. So I'm like, okay, let's go.
Ooh, that's
Let's
exciting.
go.
That's exciting.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Where are we going next, Daddy?
Yeah.
Who we got to kill? Oops.
Let's see. I want to get to some questions. I had a couple calls this morning about the wealth transfers, the status of it, which I think you've kind of told us we're being blocked at this moment.
No, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, it was being blocked, but we took care of it.
Oh, good. Yay. Yay.
Yeah.
That's right. You said that something about they have until Thursday or Friday or something to deal with it.
To totally complete it, yeah. But I have faith in that Daddy will allow it to be completed. maybe
Excellent.
maybe even sooner. So he did say he's got surprises for us. So
All right.
everybody is to expect, and don't worry about when. Just allow the process.
Right.
We see that when we're not focused on certain things, they happen smoothly.
Right.
So we all want it, right?
Yeah.
However, I want to eliminate everything and everyone that needs to be eliminated so that when we have it, we don't have to worry about somebody coming through the back door and stealing our shit like they did to D Blue. The only way to do that is to be in the inside.
Right. Right.
So
And you've tracked those guys down, I'm assuming.
we tracked everybody down.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why we're releasing to, the group, the people that Daddy wants it being released to. And we're doing it in batches. So either tonight or tomorrow morning, another batch will go out.
Oh, good. Okay.
And everybody just, just, you don't got to talk about it. Just hold the line.
Hold tight. Like, don't go out and cash it in and spend it and go crazy, right? Because it's going to only go up. It's only going up.
You're broke right now, so stay broke.
Yeah.
Well, you're not broke, but you don't, you know what I mean.
Yeah, a lot. Again, I get messages and inquiries from everybody, and everyone is in a situation. I get it. We all want and need more. Some people are in bad situations, and there's not much to say except hang in there. You're
Well,
doing.
I mean, at the end of the day, Dad's in full control. We didn't steal your money. They did.
Right.
And he's the one that's going to bless you. And he's also warned me that those that do keep harassing and do keep trying to get in, do not let them in. There's a reason for that. Why do you want to get in so bad? I know why, because he's already told me. All right, next question.
All right. All right. So will gas and oil companies and the power grid all fail and go down after the EBS? They will?
They will, but they'll be in a controlling type of way where we're going to release a bunch of stuff, and then we're going to buy up some of these companies, and then have all the workers start dismantling a lot of the stuff because they won't be needed. I'm gonna give you an example, or not an example, but I'm gonna paint a picture for you. We can go into the desert, we can build a house, and we don't need electric companies, we don't need water companies, and we won't need internet companies because everything is already connected because Dad is everywhere. What we need are the proper devices to do it all. And we won't even need a grocery store. And the reason for it is because we have free energy devices that are consciousness powered. We got water systems that can create water out of thin air and then turn the water back into energy so that it's constantly cleaned. We got food replicators that will make about anything healthy because it's coming from natural frequencies. And then we have the source gear, where you can walk onto the platform and put on any suit you want to wear that day. So, and of course, we'll have all the different vehicles and traveling systems where you can just walk out your house and take your golf cart or your scooter or whatever down to the local, wherever spot is at, and hop on the train or pad and take you anywhere you want to go within seconds. So we got a lot of work to do. And these are the things that are going to happen.
I'm really excited about all of that, but I want to clarify a little bit. So let's say we have the EBS and the wealth transfer, the chambers come, blah, 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 blah. And you're taking over the companies and directing people to help assist in whatever. Will the average, we'll call it Jedi person, whoever,
People,
experience a lack of heat, food? Like, will there be any disaster, I guess, is what I'm saying.
no, they won't be. Well, there's disasters all the time.
I know. Yeah.
So I can't say no, there won't be, because there's stupid shit happening everywhere all the time.
Right.
But once we do take over a lot of these companies, we're gonna give everything for free to people until we get to that, pretty place.
Okay.
Until we get to that paradise, that kingdom, right?
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
you was right. You was
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Because what happens if you got a benevolent person, and it's not just going to be me. There's a lot of us that are going to take over these companies. They're going to make sure everybody got heat for free. They're going to make sure everybody got water for free. And they're going to work to make all of these awesome changes happen.
Right.
That's what's going to happen.
Right.
So you'll still be able to have electric, heat, and water. You just won't have to pay for it because we're taking care of that.
Right.
All of these so-called billionaires that are getting ready to spend money to, to promote this pro-Israel shit are about to be defunded, and we're going to take their money and put it into that. How about that? Let's just do that.
Boom, done. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Well, I got a couple related questions this morning, and I think the bottom line is, no, we don't want to be without heat, electric, water. No one wants to be without that. And we just want to make sure that, like you can live like a day or two, but if it's winter, you want heat in your house, etc.
Yeah, totally
Yeah,
understood.
So your answer is perfect. Thank you. And I think everyone would be excited to have those. The new devices are what we're after, but there's probably a transitory period for almost every system type of thing we're going to be doing, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we have wires everywhere is hurting the earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like wires everywhere. Why? We don't need the wires. We don't even need the fucking streets. There's a lot of things that we don't need, and it was only created to keep their money system going.
Right.
Right? Because in reality, all of these power plants around the world have been using alien technology anyway, and they've been charging us for it. Not to mention they're using water in some locations as dams to power their cities, and then they're charging you for it. Like, why is that even a thing? Somebody should have just made it. Great, we got electric, here you go.
Yeah.
That's what should have happened.
Well, obviously they're greedy and they want to control. I've noticed here, like I live very modestly. I have a small place and I've used less electricity than ever, and my bill's gone up a substantial amount. I do have a sticker on the circuit breaker box, and
we all know why.
Yeah.
Because you do have a sticker on your circuit box, and your bill should have been at zero. However, they've been manipulating people's electric bills since I put those stickers out there.
Yep.
Why do I have evidence of everybody's electric bill going down to zero and then getting credit. Why? Because my shit worked. That's why.
Yeah, so I know that they're playing with it, just like they played with the gas sticker on the car, or and there's times my car has gone, it says 88 miles per gallon. Well, I love that, of course. And then most of the time it gives me an average number, but I think I know it's being messed with,
Absolutely, absolutely. And we know that it's being messed with because people have been monitoring it and documenting it.
Right.
And we even got evidence of them giving people the same exact price of the bill here 2-3 years later. Same exact price.
Yeah.
So why are you giving these people the same exact price? Oh, we know why. Because now you're guesstimating, and since you don't want to guesstimate, you're just going back and saying, hey, what was it last year? Okay, we'll just do that.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Which is also allowing me and my crew to take over these companies because we've been gathering all the evidence. We have it all. Just like Apple. These things, these new fucking phones, they're terrible, and they're like weapons against us, and we know it. So this is why they're going to fall into my lap.
Yeah.
Because we got evidence of that too.
Yeah.
It's like you fucked around and now you're going to find out.
And just like say Google, Microsoft, all of these companies, like I think it's Google owns YouTube, and look what's happening to YouTube. Okay. Like I'm not out there trying to become rich and famous from videos. Okay. They've taken off several of yours, a Zoom call.
You wouldn't even be able to because of what they're doing to us. They're censoring the shit out of us.
I know.
Meanwhile, you got all these other companies and all these other groups, posting bullshit that ain't true, or they're speculating. They got millions of views. They got nice checks coming in from YouTube. And then those of us that are telling the truth, we can't even become rich or famous because they're not letting us.
Well, I wasn't trying to be. I just wanted people to see it. You know what I mean? Like I want people to have information, and it's provocative. So you may or may not believe it, but think about it and expand your consciousness.
Not only that, right? Absolutely, but not only that. Without us trying that, that's what we become.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Rich and famous. Rich and famous. Whenever Smarty wants to get on a live and talk to somebody, who am I gonna call? Sue, where you at? Let's do a little video real quick.
That's good.
So it without us trying to be certain things, we became that. And people are gonna start looking for our shit everywhere now. And I guarantee you that there's a bunch of people that downloaded all of our stuff everywhere, including the platforms that deleted our shit because they still have it too. So give my shit back or you're going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, they've deleted a bunch of your stuff off my channels, Dr. Salah's videos. Like I had a lot of good stuff out there. A lot of it's gone. And, I'm just motoring through.
Well, that's because they know we're telling the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't want everybody to know that that Jesus is back and he's got these crystalline chambers that he's going to restore the people with. People don't even believe that shit. You think I give a fuck? You think I care? No.
Well, it used to be a couple of years ago, whenever we talk, we tell your background story and we try to justify it. And I'm at the point now, yeah. All right, here's what we're talking about. And if you don't believe it, click. You know what I mean? Like at least listen. But if you don't believe it, go elsewhere,
That's fine.
Not trying to convince anyone.
That's exactly what Daddy said.
Yeah.
You don't gotta convince nobody. We're gonna show them.
Yeah, show them.
So,
Yeah,
so we're showing them. We're
yeah,
showing them.
yeah.
We showed y'all for the last couple of weeks that everything I tell y'all happens. Okay? It's going to continue to happen. We're going to have a massive uncloaking of all these starships, all these angelics, all these, galactics, all of these different devices come out. Uh, what you're going to start seeing now too is that all of these inventors that been either murdered or shut down, they're going to come forward and they're going to tell everybody who was involved in shutting them down. So we're going to have that happen. We're going to have all of the banking system and all of them guys exposed, especially the black card system, right? The whole Illuminati type system where they got these black cards and they can go buy whatever the fuck they want because they decided to take the shortcut, right? Y'all know what that is. So all of these things are coming to fruition, coming forward, and it's coming faster and faster and faster because right now the dark ones are on the run, and everybody got them in their crosshair. Everybody, especially me, and I don't miss. Daddy knows where you're at all times.
Loving that. Loving that.
He
Wow.
knows where you at all times. So
Yeah.
there is no getting away.
Yeah. Even when I was younger, I always wondered, how do these guys get like if I did a tenth of what they did, I'd be slammed in jail. How are they getting away with it? Well, now I know. But I look forward to, justice.
That's
And
right.
I feel a little bad for them because they're going to get slammed, but like, look what they've done to our people, you know?
Hey, they didn't feel bad when they were, molesting these children in the tunnels. They didn't feel bad when people were dying in hospital beds and they got the cure for it in their own little
Yeah.
palaces and castles and houses, right? They didn't feel bad for none of us.
Look at every one of us here has had someone pass away in our family from cancer, okay? A created disease, or fill in the blank. It doesn't even matter what it is. And
Right.
look at the suffering, the family, that person, the family, everyone's gone through. That's all been created.
Yep. It's all been created by them.
Yeah.
Those It's been created by those that turned their back on daddy because they felt like they can do better than him.
Yeah.
So they're finding out that it's no longer compatible with the new wave,
Yeah.
the 2024 truth wave.
Right. Right. All
the
right. So
love and light wave, the daddy factor wave.
yeah. Now, so is that hat, the Daddy Factor, is that something you'll be offering on your website?
I just put them up right before this call.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
We just got them in. There's like 5 boxes sitting right here.
Oh, super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was asked about the electron pendant that you've shown. Are there differences in that pendant versus the, other ones? Are they the same energy frequencies or what?
Well, they're a lot newer, and they have all of the current frequencies that we've been downloading, uh, uh, including the current energies that are being put in them. So all of the newer stuff is always going to be stronger. And then every now and then I update all the older ones. So yours is still valid. It's always going to be valid.
Right.
Um, I just have to sit and focus on upgrading them, and you'll know because they heat up. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah. All
But
right.
but
Yeah.
they are the newer ones. They are stronger, and they're electrons. We have that in our bodies. So
Okay.
good
I always
stuff.
thought that, they have millions of healing and protective frequencies in them.
They
And
do.
like,
It's like this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like the rainbow. The different layers of the different layers of the rainbow have a different frequency range and frequency capability. The closer you put it to your water, the closer you get the healing results. But if you just wear it, you still have the protective shit from chemical trails and all that stuff.
Right.
And this is the recent one here. It's the Palestine one.
So is that on the website too?
I'm gonna put it on there. I was trying to get it up before we did this, but I'm gonna put it up there today too.
Okay, all right. And so what frequencies may the Palestine pendant have other than, Free Palestine? It's like a statement.
It's got all the healing frequencies, just like everything else. Besides the obvious, like supreme weight loss and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
We can't put those type of frequencies in a pendant. You don't want somebody that's anorexic to be more anorexic, right?
I had just
but yeah, it's just letting everybody know I stand with Palestine, and a lot of us do because of what because of where the Jesus and all that came from, blah blah blah. So, that's what it's about. Plus, it's going to be healing a lot of people when the time comes, when they realize that I'm here and I stand with them and everybody and everything that's good, everything that's of the light, everything that's daddy. So
have you popped in over at Palestine to, we'll say, the common people, and you've been popping in on them and giving them messages?
Yep, that's why. But the bad guys are stopping those videos from coming out.
Oh,
for until daddy wants them all coming out. But we've already heard the stories and proven it, and that's why they stopped it, because it was happening. It's still happening, but the videos of evidence of that was coming out. So they every time I don't know if you've seen the video where the guy in Palestine in Gaza puts up a drone, and then as soon as the drone gets up so high, it gets taken over and then crosses over to the Israeli side, because they stopped the drone, took over the drone, and took it.
oh.
Same thing they're doing to photos and videos. Not all of them are getting out, but the ones that do slip out, we start downloading them and sharing them. So they were told to focus on these ones that make us look, talk about these ghosts and angels and shit like that, because we've already seen the armies getting, attacked by ghosts, if you would. We already heard the babies and kids talk about the angels. We're seeing some of the chosen ones that daddy wanted to be saved come out of the revel. We're seeing all types of stuff happen, like rain and manna even, and then all the fishes, and then they start attacking. So every time we work on certain things, they were attacking everything that we were working on, because they're also listening to us, because they're involved in everything. However, so are we. So the more and more they do things against daddy, because that's what they're doing when they're listening to me and attempting to interfere with what I'm doing, you're messing with daddy. We all know who won. That being said, that's why certain things haven't came out yet. But yes, me, the angelics, the elves, fairies, the new sets of angels are all in that area. That's why even the fact that they're retrieving from certain locations haven't even been exposed. Even the fact that they're surrendering and they don't want to fight hasn't even been exposed. But this is the case. It's happening. So that being said, as a group, we're going to reinforce the truth of all that. We're going to reinforce the retrieving, the surrendering, and every one of them being held accountable. Done.
Done.
So,
yeah. So they haven't officially surrendered yet. In fact, I think they go to court tomorrow. South Africa and another country joined South Africa in prosecuting Israel. And you said they're going to walk in and never walk out.
That's right, because they're going to go to jail. They're going to jail everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. We've even teleported a lot of the innocent people from Israel out of the area because a little birdie is telling me that they're gonna be attacked, and they're gonna be attacked heavily. And that's the choices that they made because of all the choices they made.
Okay.
That's the prize.
Right.
So
I mean, there's good Israelis, obviously. There's people against the war over there, and they don't agree. But then we see these people that are delighting in shooting a kid or whatever. It's just inconceivable,
It's totally dark, totally dark.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you the whole reptilian factor, the whole draconian reptilian vampire, just dark, 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 dark shit. How do you bulldoze a kid who's wounded trying to get away from you? Who does that? That is not of daddy, no matter what. No matter what. You don't, like I said the last time, you don't believe in God, but you believe he gave you this land. Yeah, something ain't adding up there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So they fucked around, and now they're going to find out.
Right. Okay.
It is what it is.
Let's see. I think we have covered a lot of the current questions. Julian Assange, we're getting messages or intel that he's been tortured and all of that. Is that true?
Yes, it has been true. However, we got him protected, and they can only do so much. Just like everybody else, they can only do so much. There's some of us that can't die. So what they do is they put us in these holding facilities for as long as, forever in some cases, until we get to them.
Okay. So he's like in hold. He's on hold right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So imagine being immortal. Imagine being immortal and you can't die, but they want to get rid of you. So what do? They lock you up in these secret alien bases all around the world and galaxy until they have their way. And their way will never come because you're immortal. So all you have to do is sit there and wait for the good guys to eventually get to you and then release you. And in the meantime, they've cloned you and they acted like you, and then blah 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 blah. So this is what happens. This is what happens to a lot of the people that are going to come out of hiding because because we know the truth. A lot of us are immortal, and they can't kill us because of our roles in this new reality. Ooh, wait, what? Is this shit for real? Yeah, it's real.
Well, I don't think it would be a wise tactic for most of us to walk around telling people that, because
I do it all the time. I'm immortal. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nine car accidents, shot at point blank. Falling off of buildings. I didn't know I was immortal, by the way. I found out the hard way. and then you wonder why Smarty's not scared of nothing. Then you wonder why we sleep in storms and shit, because we don't care.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that because we're immortal, we're doing things that are out of the norm, right? We're doing things that are not normal, and we're going to continue to do things that are not normal until everybody realizes the things that are not normal, oh shit, are normal to us because we are of a certain breed of beings that are immortal. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Wow.
That's right.
Right. They can still mess an immortal up a little bit, though.
Yeah, of course. But then Daddy could just put us back together.
Right. Right.
There's plenty of stories out there of these individuals that came, talked to the governments, who've even been, kidnapped by them, chopped up into little pieces, spread it all around the earth, and came back together.
Wow.
There's already proof. I mean, there's, I wouldn't say proof of it, but there's evidence of it all. And a lot of the people that there's a lot of people that you guys think are dark and are not, but they're immortal, and they had to hide, including some of the elders, the Chinese elders, the dragon families, and some of those groups, including some of the Rothschilds too. And the only way to eliminate an immortal is to evaporate them. So that's where I come in.
Okay.
And this is another reason why some of these companies are going to sign everything over to me, because they've been waiting to do that, because they know I'm the real deal. I am who I say I am, and everybody's going to see it happen.
So they'll do that after the like the wealth transfer in the chambers. Is that the timing of that when you'll inherit these companies?
It's happening now.
Okay. I know you said last time paperwork is ready.
Yeah, it's happening now. It's
Ooh.
happening. It is happening. So
Wow. Okay.
we're walking into all this stuff, and this is why I've been saying for the longest, people have to think outside the box, because I'm not in one.
Wow.
That little box that everybody's been in, I destroyed that box a couple years ago.
Now, you had said last time that the cloning facilities, the dark cloning facilities, are all destroyed, we'll say.
Yeah.
So there are no more dark clones being manufactured or brought in or whatever.
Nope.
Right.
We cut everything off. Go ahead.
Okay, so if you got a politician or a Hollywood person that's no longer with us here on Earth, and they want to continue that, I don't know. What I don't even know why they want to continue putting them out there, but they can't do a clone, so they would have to do either a stand-in, a look-alike. Oh, they've lost weight, or they've gained weight, or a mask, or CGI, and that's really their only options.
That's right.
And do you remember I told you last week or the other day about the Facebook has all been celebrity stuff on my end. It's bizarre. It went back to normal last night. So it seems like there's something big going on in Hollywood. Like they're really promoting these people. So yeah.
Well, every time something gets brought to the light, we change it.
Yeah. And you know what? These people have lived really, I won't say easy lives, but they've lived easy lives. They've been glorified. They've done all this stuff. And they've enjoyed the fruits of their dark labor. And
Yep.
People are gonna lose their minds when they realize that their favorite star is dark. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, unfortunately for them, they thought it was normal to do some of the stuff they're doing. So that's the reason why they participated in the first place. And then they find out that it wasn't what they thought, and they're trying to jump ship now.
Right.
So that's why you're seeing that too. Certain people are coming out. And they have to come out because it's a part of the program. It's a part of the disclosure.
Right.
Dad is making these people like Cat Williams and everybody else come out.
Right. Well, in that the Dave Chappelle video you put out today, I think it was, where he talked about the contract and the wording in that contract, that they can use his likeness and material for all universes and all, what was it called? Perpetuate, whatever. I don't remember. The wording
Yep.
was perfect. I've heard about that before, that many musicians, they're forced to sign that contract. Of course, they don't really know what that means. And then their music is used universe-wide, royalty-free. And I'm not defending them at all, but unless they sign those contracts,
They don't get, they don't get paid, and they don't,
or they're
but
yeah.
right. But if it wasn't, a dark reptilian, draconian slash blah 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 entity involved in all this stuff, why would you even have those type of wordings in the contract?
I know. That's bizarre. Bizarre.
It's not bizarre to them because they take that contract serious, right? Now, we've made all of those contracts null and void. The problem is that Dave Chappelle wasn't notified yet.
Oh.
Everybody else that signed those contracts haven't been notified yet that those contracts are null and void. And you're going to, if you choose to, you'll be under a new royal production label, and you'll have more money than you can ever dream of. Just make me laugh.
Looking forward to that day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what's happening, because dad literally has me involved in everything. He is everything. He created everything. So why would it not be involved in everything? From the food to clothing to gadgets to healing, right? To entertainment, all of it, to truth. Right. He's got me involved in everything, educating people on what dad really is and how dad really operates and how to get what you want if you just help people get what they want, shit like that, right? It's all coming from dad. And I'm doing it in an entertaining type of way, and also people know that, don't disrespect Smarty, because Smarty will take a screenshot of this shit and then post it, and everybody else is gonna laugh at you because, because Smarty don't play.
Right.
So
now we're seeing, like, of course we know, well, okay, food is what I'm talking about. I've seen reports of they're killing thousands of cattle, and they're trying to create a food shortage. And then they're also putting in the 3D printed meat and all these other, GMO meats, but it's really prevalent in almost every product. I was at the grocery store the other day. I usually eat organically, but I'm looking at ice cream and it said contains GMO ingredients. Like, it didn't say it near the ingredients. It said it in a separate section.
Mm-hmm.
So that is like in all the foods. If you look at the crackers, like all the labels now. So it's really hard for someone that, especially on the budget, to eat healthy. And I like to think that when this is over and then the chambers come out, it's going to be a non-issue, and then we'll have clean food anyway, with the replicators.
Yeah, we're cleaning it all up, as we go, and every day too, because we have an awesome father, creator, whatever you want to call dad, and he's constantly having me clean up the food system worldwide. So no matter what the label says, it's healthy for everybody. Good. Until we have the visible changes, because unfortunately a lot of people on earth have to see it to believe it.
Right.
So like I said, thank God that he has me cleaning up everything so that we can get it as healthy as possible energetically, so that they can continue to consume the shit and not affect them the way that it was meant to.
Right. Right.
So that's something that I do every day, all the time, because Dad has me doing it. And we're going to get to the very, very bottom of it. We're going to have, I plan on going all around the world, especially talking to farmers and have farmer type events where people can share seeds and do all types of stuff and show them how to purify the seeds by simply put them on a hologram.
Yes.
So we're going to have pure food, pure farmers. We're all going to be vegetarian anyway, so that's how we're going to start it. Going to all of these individuals. The ones that don't participate are either dark or been scared to death where they don't want to do anything. And everybody else is going to jump on board because they're going to understand that, that they're going to understand certain things like God is in control. We are fully protected. And I'm going to show them certain things that's going to validate what I've just told them, like I've told everybody else.
Right.
So we're going to have a clean, pure food system for those that choose to eat.
Okay. And of course, then we'll have replicators trickle out as they become available, which will be amazing.
We're gonna get this stuff done as fast as Daddy allows.
Yeah. And I like to cook, but I also would like to press a button and have it done too, because I got other stuff to do.
Yeah. I've been thinking about the same thing. The other day I saw the Penny Bradley, and she talked with the Secret Space Program interview with James and Penny Bradley. And in that interview, she talked about the replicators, the food replicators. I would like to have them myself. Actually, I would like to have ours because they're more advanced and you don't plug them into a wall.
Right.
But I've been cooking here for the last 2 days, and I told everybody here, I love doing this stuff. This is why I do it. If you ain't motivated to do stuff like this, then you won't do it. But I love this stuff right here. So even if we do have a food replicator, I'll be replicating the food just to fucking sit here and cook it. Because I love doing things like that.
Yeah.
It's also to me, it's like a form of meditation where I'm sitting there peeling garlic for an hour just to make a specific garlic sauce that I like and that I want.
Yeah.
So I literally do stuff like that because I enjoy it. I love it. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the clothes replicator because pretty much all my stuff is too small. I don't know how that happened, but
I know. Mine's too. I got my belly sticking out over here. Matter of fact, I posted that video when I was doing Facebook Live, and I was so skinny. I was like, Daddy, this is so wrong.
Yeah.
So wrong. But the food is so good, Daddy. So good.
Well, there's for sure a lot of exciting things coming down the line very soon.
That's right.
Yeah. The other day you said Hithalum had said something about seeing the pyramids being built, and you're like, I saw that too. So a lot of curiosity, but can you tell us who did it? And I always thought they did it by sound vibration, and they created, they levitated the blocks, but my daughter says they were created from the top down. It wasn't
what she said was that she looked over at me and said, "Oh, he was there too."
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she told that to B. She's like, he was there too, and I just started cracking up. And I said, "Yeah, I saw it. It was an olive guy. It was an olive-looking guy in a robe. He had olive skin, and he was forming the pyramids. That's how it happened. So yeah."
What and talking about pyramids, which we could talk about forever, they're all over. So in 2018, I did an expo in Nashville, and I took Dr. Sam from the Bosnian pyramids down south of Nashville to see a pyramid.
Yep, I
He had a
remember
little
him.
device and he walked around like I was still like looking, like, where should I go? And he goes, oh yeah, the energy center was right there. And he's like, he describes it all to me. And I just looked at him like, oh. So there are pyramids and there were pyramids all over the earth.
All over,
Yeah.
all over. And this is why I tell people that, certain groups are not from certain locations. You've been lied to. And it's been happening for thousands and
Yeah.
thousands of years. Even it goes past Egypt. Lemurian and Lemuria and all those stuff. Those are,
Atlantis.
yeah, Atlantis. They
Yeah.
they were wearing similar stuff too. They looked similar. For instance, if we look at some of the stuff, Egypt, some of the clothing Egypt and stuff were wearing, and you look at places like Dubai, they're still wearing similar shit, right? Similar stuff. The problem is because of the cycle and destroying and families and stuff leaving and blah blah blah. It's been happening for so long, and what they've been doing is they've been taking certain groups, locking them up, locking them down, killing off families, killing off generations, and then a whole new generation is born out of these certain individuals that fled from certain locations, and they were taught these other things, and now they've totally forgot their own history
Gotcha.
because the guys that were involved in slaughtering them taught them bullshit. So imagine that happening for billions of years, not thousands, billions. That's why you see, certain areas in Arizona look like the Sphinx. That's why you have different colored people around the world that look the same, but the DNA has no comparisons. That's why. So it's been happening for thousands of years. Plus, we've already heard about the secret program, the secret space programs where they have the slave trades, and they've been taking people from different parts of the universe and trading them off everywhere too. So it's not, Earth isn't the only ones that's been doing it, which is another reason why we have to clean this shit up here, so that we can do things out there too.
Right.
Wild
Right.
stuff.
All right. Yeah, so we know there's slaves on other planets.
Yep.
We'll call them human slaves, okay? And they're of course taking our people. So a lot of our people are being consumed here on Earth, but many of them are taken to other places to work or do whatever their skill set is. And so when we're cleaning up Earth, there's like this protective barrier around Earth that they won't be able to do that anymore. Like
Yeah.
you'll sense that.
Right. And we got so many different, so many light forces that are just reporting to us on a daily basis. And I just want to add something, that it's not only human slaves. There's reptilian slaves. There's all types of different slaves everywhere.
Oh,
It's the biggest and the baddest is the one that controls everything, according to them.
okay.
That's how they roll. That's how they work. We're bigger and better than you. We can destroy you with one blow. So we're gonna just rule over y'all, and y'all gonna do what we tell y'all to do, because we got bigger weapons.
Okay. That'll
So
be
what
ending soon.
it's already ended.
Okay.
So
Good.
what happens? So what happens when a whole new species is made, created, and they are the weapons? And they know how energy works, and they know that they can use their energy to.
Right.
You seeing the bigger picture yet?
I think we're gonna need capes.
That's why I designed one already. Yeah.
I know. I think we need capes for sure.
That's why I said it. Capes are cool.
I know.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
We gotta do some rounds. We gotta go around cleaning up the area. So we're gonna cut this video short
Okay.
so we can go do some of Daddy's work.
Okay.
But it's been fun. I love all these. I love it all. Love it all. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate your time so much. And I think
Yes,
everyone
ma'am.
is really enjoying these and getting great content. It's only helping. So thank you.
Yeah, well, that's the part of the comforting and everybody realizing that Dad is in control and that we really have nothing to worry about. Um, once you get out of your own mindset and stop hearing those stupid voices in your head, and
Yeah.
you know those things, then you know you don't worry about nothing because Dad is in control and um, we live forever. I've been saying that. So I'm giving more clarity on that fact because it's fact.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Love all you guys. Be safe. See you the next